With the Boston Celtics gearing up for their quarterfinal matchup versus the Indiana Pacers tonight in the in-season tournament quarterfinal, the Boston Celtics have a lot to worry about. They talk about how impactful this in-season tournament means for some of their players and what this money could do to help some of their two-way guys. And we also have a little bit of a Kristaps Porzingis injury update, as Adrian Wojnarowski just dropped a Woj bomb this afternoon, highlighting that Kristaps Porzingis could be back sooner than expected. We'll break down all for that and more on this episode of Celtics Digest. I'm Bruce Veliz. But before we get into any Boston Celtics content, I would like to say shout out to you guys. We just recently hit 2,400 subscribers and we're getting closer to our goal of 3,000 subscribers. So if you guys enjoy Boston Celtics content and want to make sure you guys get daily Boston Celtics content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the family as we upload Boston Celtics content daily, rumors, trades, updates, live streams, everything you guys want to know about the Boston Celtics, you can get it here on this channel, Celtics Digest. But let's dive into the news at hand today. So make sure to grab a snack and get ready, as this is going to be a jam-packed episode today for you guys. But first, let's look at what the in-season tournament means for the players. We have an article here to break down, looking at what this money could do for the in-season tournament for some of these low-end players on the Boston Celtics and around the league. So as you guys know, the in-season tournament's prize money is a big pool of money. You get $500,000 per each player for winning the in-season tournament. And like guys that are superstars, this is just a little bit of an added paycheck. But for guys who are at the end of the rotation, even some two-way guys, it means a lot. And we'll be looking at two specific Celtics that we're going to be talking about that are at the lower end of the roster, that this in-season tournament money could do more than what they think they could. And one of those guys is two-way guy neemias, queta, as you guys can see. And money, a lot of money in a few cases. Was what some guys win on Saturday will be about half of what they make on the season. There are cash prizes for reaching the knockout round in the tournament, and the prizes will keep growing as the team advances. Each player gets $500,000 for winning the title of the in-season tournament, $200,000 for making the final, and $100,000 for making the semifinal, and $50,000 for making the quarterfinal. This is one caveat: two-way players on these rosters only get half as much as those on standard contracts. Boston's two-way player neemias queta doesn't mind to him. Whether he gets will be appreciated. Obviously, it's some extra money, something to help your family, whatever it is, queta said. But at the end of the day, it's not the money that makes us want to go to the tournament. It's the prestige of getting the first one, and that is correct. Obviously, the Boston Celtics got that big blowout win versus the Chicago Bulls, helping them get the point differential to clinch their Group C win and to go against the Indiana Pacers in Group B here tonight. But ultimately, neemias queta won't be getting all the prize money, but he's just happy to be getting some of this money. If we want to look at some more quotes here, but for players like queta, one of the 22 two-way players on the teams that made the knockout round, this tournament could bring a sizable bonus. Two-way players make about $559,000 in the season, and around their title-winning team in Las Vegas, they'll get $250,000 more. That'll be a 45% pay raise from what those guys expected to make this season, and at minimum, just for being on a team that made the quarterfinals, the two-way players are already assured $25,000 each. It's another good reason to be motivated, said Phoenix two-way player Saban Lee, but regardless, guys love to play basketball and compete at a high level, and that is true. Ultimately, these guys are just excited to be in this tournament, as it is the first tournament of the whole NBA existence. And like neemias queta said, they definitely want to win this title. They want to be known as the in-season tournament champions first. Obviously, the prize money is just a little bit of a bonus, but the prize money definitely helps out guys like this. Like neemias queta said, it will help out his family. Even if he gets an extra $250,000, that is double of what half of his paycheck is already added on to his season that he wasn't expected to get. I bet you that $250,000 can help him out tremendously. And even a guy like Luke Kornet mentioned in the past couple of days that this $500,000 that he would make if he won would help him pay off the mortgage on his house. And honestly, that's just nice to see out of an NBA player, just to get some of their necessities taken out of the way so they can use some of their money for their luxuries. Obviously, you think of a guy like Luke Kornet, he's in the NBA, he makes some money. You would think he would have his life well off, but he doesn't even have his whole mortgage payoff, which is kind of crazy to think about, just that these NBA players are regular guys just like us, and that this money could help them change their family. We want to look at what Chris Middleton said. He said, "I'm sure the richest guy in the world would be happy to get $500,000 as well." He said he's just making under $29 million this season. We're all excited about this opportunity to get some extra cash, and that is great to see. The NBA is ready for this in-season tournament. I am ready as well, as the Boston Celtics get ready to take on the Indiana Pacers tonight. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think do the Celtics get the W versus the Indiana Pacers tonight, or will they lose? Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I love to read it. But let's get into a little bit more news, talking about Kristaps Porzingis injury update. Yes, Kristaps Porzingis has been sidelined, unfortunately, for the Boston Celtics in their recent games after he got this left calf strain, and it was said that he would possibly be out this week, but we got a little bit of a news update here. We got an update from Jay King that said that Kristaps Porzingis will not be playing in the in-season tournament quarterfinal against the Pacers tonight, and we'll dissect on how the Boston Celtics will have to game plan against the Indiana Pacers. But if we want to look at some better news, Wojnarowski just dropped a Woj bomb this afternoon saying that ESPN sources, there's optimism that Boston Celtics center Kristaps Porzingis with his calf strain will return to the lineup this week. Porzingis is out for the in-season tournament quarterfinals versus Indiana Monday, but there's increasing confidence he'll be back in Vegas for the in-season tournament Final Four should the Celtics advance, which is some big news for the Boston Celtics. Porzingis suffered this strain on November 24th and will miss his 4th straight game tonight. So far, no setbacks in his recovery, and hope is that that continues and allows to return this week. He's averaging 18.9 points and 6.7 rebounds on the season. This is great news for the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics were expecting him to be back late this week, and unfortunately, they will not have him tonight. But having him later in this week will be huge for the Boston Celtics if they continue to advance in the in-season tournament. Obviously, Kristaps Porzingis has been the second best player or third best player for this Boston Celtics team, whatever you want to say. And even though Al Horford has stepped up tremendously without Kristaps Porzingis, we still need our Latvian beast of a center to be there. He's been great rim protecting. He's been great stretching the ball. In the beginning of the season, he was a lot better on offense. I think he's trying to find his comfortability getting back into the swing of the offense, working alongside Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum. I think he caught a hot hand early on in the season. It tended to slow down, so he had to figure out where he wanted to be using the offense. Using Kristaps Porzingis in that post has been key for the Boston Celtics on the offense, and it's been a huge force and a big X factor for the Boston Celtics, someone that they need back to add their versatility on offense to help not teams strategically game plan against them. Kristaps Porzingis obviously being the new piece for the Boston Celtics this offseason alongside Jrue Holiday. A lot of teams have had to strategically game plan and try to figure out how the Boston Celtics are going to use him in their offense, and it's ultimately helped the Boston Celtics so far early on in the season. As we've seen with Kristaps Porzingis going down, Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum, it's the team that they had seen last season, so they have a little bit more familiarity with guarding Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum. It's easier for teams to game plan against them without Kristaps Porzingis. And adding Kristaps Porzingis as well as just another 20-point offensive per game score, that's going to be terrific for the Boston Celtics. Hopefully Kristaps Porzingis can be back, and if the Celtics can get this nice dub versus the Indiana Pacers tonight, then Kristaps Porzingis hopefully will be back for the semifinals if the Celtics were to take on the Bucks or the Knicks, whoever wins that game in the in-season tournament. And if the Celtics continue to move on to the finals, obviously he'll hopefully be back for that game on Saturday. Now, obviously, with no Kristaps Porzingis tonight, as Jay King mentioned, the Celtics are going to have a little bit of a tough game plan going against the Indiana Pacers. Last time the Celtics took on the Indiana Pacers were shorthanded. They had no Tyrese Halliburton. They didn't have many other guys, and the Celtics scored 155 points, which was the second highest in their franchise history. I don't expect that to happen again tonight, as the Indiana Pacers had already rested Tyrese Halliburton last game on Saturday to get him in preparation for tonight's game on Monday. This is going to be a fast-paced game between both teams. Obviously, the Indiana Pacers are very great on offense. They're one of the highest scoring teams in the NBA, but their defense is not the greatest. The Celtics will have to take advantage of that and working a lot of fast break points like the Indiana Pacers like to do to kind of combat with them and to score a lot on this team. The Celtics defense, though, has been one of the best this season, so it is going to have to put on all its clamps to stop all these guys from the Indiana Pacers. We got great guys like Tyrese Halliburton, Benedict Mathurin, Miles Turner, Jarris Walker, all these great pieces that the Indiana Pacers have, Bruce Brown, Obi Toppin. They've got some high-flying young guys that look very exciting and have a lot of energy. The Boston Celtics are going to have to slow those guys down on defense and make sure they control the pace of this game to get the W versus the Indiana Pacers. With no Kristaps Porzingis, expect a lot of minutes from Luke Kornet trying to stop Miles Turner, and maybe we'll even get to see some Oshae Brissett or neemias queta minutes to combat that as well. Let me know what you guys think, though, in the comment section down below. Are you guys excited for Kristaps Porzingis hopefully to be back this week? And if the Celtics do win tonight, how far do you guys think they will make it in the in-season tournament? Especially with getting Kristaps Porzingis back, it'll be great if they win tonight's game, because if they get him in for the rest of the week, I surely believe that the Celtics can win this in-season tournament, and they can bless neemias queta and Luke Kornet with paying off their mortgage and giving neemias queta a nice bonus to his check. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. As always, if you guys are at this point in the video and still are not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the Celtics Digest family. We guys know you guys enjoy this content. I'm Bruce Velez. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much, and peace out.